It's tax season, ladies and gentlemen. April 15th is quickly approaching. This year in 2022, that dreaded day is April 18th. Many of you are likely chest deep in receipts and calculations and the sweats and the swears. I hate to break it to you, but there is another very important tax deadline that comes on April 1st. And no, it's not an April Fool's joke. If you purchased a home in Georgia in 2021, making this deadline will likely save you a significant, big words, amount of money on your property taxes. Hey there, I'm Renee Adams with Keller Realty Atlanta Partners. Today I want to take a moment and educate you on saving money on property taxes for your primary residence. And who doesn't want to save a little money? This magic tax savings is called the Homestead Exemption. Homestead Exemption can drastically reduce the amount of property taxes you own on your primary residence. To benefit from the Homestead Exemption, certain criteria must be met. First, property owners must own and occupy the property as their primary residence as of January 1st of the tax year. The county does not look at who owned the property the majority of the year. They only care about who owned the property on January 1st. Second, property owners must live in the property as their primary residence, and they cannot be receiving a homestead exemption on any other property. This includes properties in other Georgia counties as well as other states. Only one homestead exemption can be claimed between husband and wife. Married couples are considered by law as a single-family unit. All vehicles owned by the property owners must be registered in the county where the property owner applies for the homestead exemption. Finally, all applicants for homestead exemption must indicate on the application whether they are U.S. citizens or qualified aliens or non-immigrants under the Federal Immigration and Nationality Act. Those applicants who indicate they are qualified aliens or non-immigrants will be required to submit with their application their valid documentation from the U.S. Immigration and Naturalization Service for purposes of verification. Finally, homestead exemptions cannot be applied to rental properties or properties owned by businesses. Most counties in Georgia allow you to apply online for the homestead exemption. Some counties will still require you apply in person. Go to the county's tax commissioner's website to find the application forms and instructions. Required documents may vary by county, but generally speaking, if you gather the following documents, you should be all set. Georgia's driver's license or a valid Georgia ID, your social security number, vehicle registration, and your recorded deed. You will also need trust documents if the property was purchased through a trust. If the property is located within city limits, the homeowner may also be required to file with the city as well. Additionally, based on certain circumstances, you may be eligible for additional exemptions to save money on your taxes. For example, if you or your spouse are a disabled veteran, or if you're a surviving spouse of a service member, peace officer, or firefighter, you may be eligible for additional savings. You may also be eligible for additional savings if you are over the age of 62 and or 65 and meet specific income qualifications. Once approved, most homestead exemptions are automatically renewed each year as long as you continually occupy the home under the same ownership. There are a couple of things to keep in mind. If you are adding or deleting a person's name to the deed, you must refile for homestead exemption. There are a couple of things to keep in mind. If you are adding or deleting a person's name on a deed, you must refile for exemption. If there is a change in a spelling to the deed, you must refile for exemption. When you refinance your home, this should not affect your homestead exemption. However, it is a good idea to call the county office and confirm that the new recording was entered properly. Before we wrap things up, please note, I am not a tax professional of any kind. This video is purely meant as general information. Please reach out to your CPA for specific information and guidance. If you do not have a CPA in your tool belt, please reach out to me and I will connect you with a tax pro. Thank you for spending time with me today. I hope you've learned how to save a little cash on your taxes. And as always, if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in Georgia, I am here for you, happy to help in any way that I can.